Okay guys, welcome. I just wanted to make this quick video. I know a lot of people are out there thinking about hiring an agent, whether they want to sell their property or they want to buy one. But more specifically, I want to talk about working with a listing agent. Working with an agent who's going to put your home on the market to eventually getting it sold. Now, the first thing that I would recommend is make sure you ask questions. You want to make sure you ask questions about this individual because this could be one of the largest investments that you ever make in your whole life. If you bought in this property a while ago, and let's say for instance 5-10 years ago, and you want to make sure you get as much equity out of that property as possible, you want to make sure that you work with someone who's going to be an active agent, a full-time agent that's going to go out there and get the job done. So number one, ask questions. You want to find out if they are an active agent or if they're a passive agent. Are they just going to wait for someone to come to them, or are they going to go out there constantly looking out for a buyer to bring to your door? Second thing, within asking questions, are they a full-time agent or are they a part-time agent? We know there's over 3,500 different agents in Horry County alone along the Grand Strand, and within that, the majority of them are only selling 3 to 4 homes a year. That means that if they're looking to sell your house, they'll probably put your home on the market for any price just because they rarely get listings. And they're looking to pray to get that property sold. But we know if you're working for a full-time agent who does a lot of sales, helps a lot of families get to where they want to go, they're not going to lie to you. They're not going to tell you any negativity about the house or anything like that. They're going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you exactly what's going on to get the home sold. So make sure you ask a lot of questions. Pry into the agents. Interview a lot of different agents and get a good idea about what different agents do to sell homes. Number two, you want to find out the different agents' track records, whether it's based off the individual or the company alone. Make sure you also ask the questions about, you can even go into the days on the market. If you want to find out exactly the really specifics and be very precise on who you want to ask, look into their days on the market. How long does it take them on average to get a home sold? Is it 200 days or is it 80 days? Again, you can also look at their average listing to sales price ratio. I have an example right here written down. So if, for instance, you were to work with an agent who on average sells properties at 90% of what they list and sell it for, that means for a $200,000 property, 90% of that is going to be $180,000. And if you were to work with an agent who has a property, who sells properties at 97.5%, that means for $200,000 property, that's $195,000. Now that difference, that 7.5% difference, or whatever the ratio is, it's going to be solely dependent upon the agent that you choose. So you got to make sure you ask these questions. Another one is going to be based off of marketing. That also kind of goes back to number one. Is that an active agent? Is that a passive agent? Anyone could put a home on the MLS, which will go to Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. But in today's market, if you just do that alone and you don't focus on good marketing, you have around a 50% chance of selling. So make sure you work with an agent who's going to be aggressive enough to get the property sold at a good price, especially in a good time frame. Now, with all these, asking questions, tracking their sales records, and even finding out what their marketing plan is, with all these, this could be the ultimate decision between actually getting the property sold or having it sit on the market for an extended period of time, which causes it not to sell. And depending on the situation, you could be losing thousands of dollars if you're in a bad situation. So make sure you look through these questions, you ask them exactly what you want to ask them. Again, you can go back and watch the video again. Just make sure you ask questions because you're interviewing someone who's going to be dealing with a lot of your money, a lot of your equity. Make sure you choose the right one. And if you guys have any questions, again, it's Joseph, Century 21. I'll talk to you soon.